Welcome to Tough Talks with Christina Reeves, tackling tough topics from Memphis, Tennessee to LA and everywhere in between. I have a special treat for y'all, brought to you by our homeboy here in Memphis, Tennessee, Justin Timberlake and the Tennessee Kids. In case y'all didn't know, Justin Timberlake is from here, Memphis, Tennessee.
My favorite part of the show, I just get to stand in the middle and look at all of your beautiful faces.
He had been sick and had to cancel his tour, but he made sure he did not miss ours and started right up with us, and that makes me feel so good. He loves us, and we love him.
We're home, baby, we're home.
Yes, baby, you are. You are home. You're our baby.
I just want to take a moment to say how grateful I am for all of you. Thank you so much for coming out tonight.
It was our pleasure, Justin.
Just out of curiosity, is there anybody here that it's your first time to see me in the Tennessee Kids?
It was my first time actually physically being at one of his shows.
And also out of curiosity, is there anybody in here tonight that's been rocking with me for, I don't know, 30 years?
In my defense, Justin, pop has never been my favorite genre, so forgive me on that. Not that I wasn't rocking with you. It's just, it wasn't my main thing, but I still love y'all. He looks so much like Elvis up there, like the young Elvis.
Oh yeah.
I told y'all Memphis loves Justin Timberlake.
So tonight is incredibly, incredibly special for me. Like I said, my name is Justin Timberlake and I represent Memphis, Tennessee.
And this is why. Because he knows we made him.
And as we've been out on this tour, we've been all over the world. And I've seen so many faces that I've seen before. But there's something different about tonight. I say at the end of Like I Love You, I dreamed about this when I was a little boy. It was in this city where I had those big dreams. And I set out on this journey. And I know it's like a thing to say where people say like, no, I put my city on my back wherever I go. But I want each and every one of you to know.
Aww, it's getting emotional.
I want each and every one of you to know that you put me on your back, Memphis. You lifted me up. And I'm so proud to be from this city. There's so many people in this room that have conspired to this moment right now. And sometimes I don't have the words, like right now. But I just want to say how much this city means to me, how much so many of you mean to me. The support that you showed me throughout the years. Every time I come home, it's a parade inside my city, yeah! So to put it quite simply, Memphis, I love you.
We love you too, Justin Timberlake.
I guarantee you he means every bit of that. And that is why Memphis loves him and why he loves Memphis.
Got super emo up here, sorry. Alright, y'all wanna sing one with me?
And he understands his privilege, and he respects it. I get the feeling that he doesn't take it for granted, and that is commendable. Well, there you have it, folks. That was Justin Timberlake, and that was such a pleasure. I'm so glad that I got to see him. I'll be honest, I did not even plan to go to that. A friend of mine called me up last minute, invited me to go because I guess they didn't have anybody else to go with them. So I was like, well, okay. And I didn't even want to get out. I did not want to get out that night, but it was like, a friend needed me to go, and I felt like I needed to go. When am I ever going to get another opportunity to see Justin Timberlake again? Yeah, of course I'm going to have to go. If it's offered. I mean, those are fancy tickets. Those are not concerts that I normally, spend my money on. I just don't got the money for that. But if somebody's going to offer, heck yeah. And I just mean right now, in the way our economy has been, people just, for there to be a turnout during this, the way things have been here in Memphis for this guy, he's got something going on. I'm telling you. We do not do this for everyone. Memphis does not turn out like this for everyone. We got a lot of things going on and a lot of talent here. So you got to be pretty special for us to, turn up and turn out, for you. Seeing him in person, I realized Justin is so much more talented than I even knew. Not that I didn't think he was talented, because obviously he is. But wow, I didn't realize he was as versatilely, genuinely talented as he was, because, a lot of celebrities are very manufactured, and it's not, even if they are real people, that's not always what their talent is. Like, for instance, with Britney Spears, I love Britney, and I think Britney does have a lot of talent, but I don't believe that she got famous from her talent. I believe she got famous because she was very, very well marketed. Now with Justin Timberlake, possibly he was probably really well marketed as well. I don't know. I don't know how he got into the business, but I know if he came from Memphis, Tennessee, now I happen to have family members who were friends with him back in the day before he became famous, and used to hang out with him on a regular basis. And from what I understand, he's a real down-to-earth regular guy, but he was probably on the privileged side, of Memphis. However, that should not be a reflection on the content of his character. There's plenty of privileged people in the world that are absolutely wonderful people, and this guy, what I'm trying to say is that we're not especially known for being privileged out here in Memphis, and it's really cool to see one of our own come back and recognize where they came from, and it's genuine. I can tell you, I could feel it. It's genuine, and it's genuine right back at him. He's definitely got that Memphis swag. I don't know what it is, but it's a Memphis thing. That's all I can tell you. Elvis had it. Johnny Cash had it. He's got that whole vibe. It's real. It's genuine and natural when you come from here. Man, is he a good gospel singer. And he can play a lot of different instruments, as well as dance. Very great choreography. So, man, I saw how well-rounded his talent is, and he did not rely on just being a sex symbol for his career. He was very wise in that, and I see it's great. He can still go and do his thing at, Not saying he's old, but he's a little bit older than me, just I think maybe like 2 years older than me. And we're getting up there. We're not spring chickens anymore. So I still love Britney Spears. I would really like to see Britney go back out there and do her thing now that she's free. But I feel like the years of trauma from the experience that she had, as if you ask me, it seems like she was like a slave to the industry, to her management team. And I personally witnessed that exact kind of toxic culture go on to David Liebe Hart, and apparently it happened. That's just the way it was. That absolutely production, apparently. And I realized that's actually not really that uncommon in the industry altogether. Although I'm sure some are more blatant about it than others, and I think absolutely production employees just were so sloppy about it that they got themselves caught, and are, that's basically why they've been canceled. They canceled themselves. But Hollywood has pretty much canceled itself. The entertainment industry has pretty much canceled itself. But there are still some remaining few, I call them diamonds in the rough, who still deserve our attention. And I believe that Justin Timberlake is one of them. And I would really like to see Britney Spears do her thing again. I just think she's traumatized. She may have some residual damage, mental illness or whatever left over from all that, and may just not want to do it, and we should respect that. God bless her. But I tell you, that's what systemic psychological abuse does to a person. It will make you crazy if you aren't already. And sadly, they often prey upon people with mental illness. I'm talking about just predatory or abusive people in general. This is what they do. This is what they do. This is what they do. They sit on you. That was a Tim and Eric reference. If you would like to hire Palmer Scott or Tennessee Luke or Sunshine Lee Brule, that's Gary's cousin, but who cares? Scott Stewart, the clam boy, everyone's favorite puppet daddy, David Liebe Hart, Bob Ross, the Tan Man, Bob Drewig, or Mimsy, the Totinos pizza queen, for a punk rock pizza party or event, cameo, merch, autograph prints, and more, come visit us at the Tennessee Luke Corral on Etsy. We sell fine jewelry and gifts, custom apparel, designed and inspired by me and Tennessee Luke. I'm a jeweler from Memphis, and one of my first celebrity clients was Elvis Presley himself, only it was his ghost. You see, when I was a little girl, I'm getting chills just talking about it. I think I was about exactly the age that his daughter was when he died, Lisa Marie, whose family is who I actually was working for, their estate, Elvis Presley Enterprises. Although they've sold it now. They sold it to some Japanese company that bought the Prince estate, apparently. That's what I was told. Actually, forgive me, I may be using the wrong word. Actually, I think they still own the estate only, but they sold Elvis Presley Enterprises, is the way I understand it. Anyhow, when I was about 9 years old, I believe, it was my 9th birthday, I share a birthday with Elvis Presley and David Bowie. And soon to be Queen Kate also. She was born the next day. I'm just saying it was an auspicious birth. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. But anyways, my parents were divorced now. But my dad had come to visit us on my birthday. And it was a big deal that I had been born on Elvis Presley's birthday. Oh, get this. 2 blocks from Graceland. That's what's crazy about it. I wasn't born in a hospital. I was born by a midwife. Everything about my life is just so weird. I swear. But anyway, I was born by a midwife in some apartments that were called the Turtle Dove Apartments that, from what I'm told, are now the Graceland Hotel, or whatever hotel it is that is connected to Graceland. That is now that is where I was born, except it wasn't that hotel then. They tore those hotels down. I mean, I'm sorry, not hotel. I was not born in a hotel. They tore down those apartments. So to my dad, it was very special that I was born on Elvis's birthday, because my dad is a very talented musician and he loves Memphis, and he was a blues singer on Beale for a lot of his career. So this is why Elvis is very special to me, and I'm a huge fan, because I feel like he's like my zodiac brother, my birthday brother. It was a big deal to my dad, and people made a big deal about it when they heard my birthday. Oh, that's Elvis's birthday. But, I'd always hear that. So it made me feel a little bit special. Like, in that I had a special connection with Elvis that not very many people have, except for the other people born on that day. Oh, and once I actually got to perform as like a she Elvis for Halloween 2009, I believe it was. And I got to perform at the Levitt Shell as Elvis. I said I was reincarnated as a woman. And I got to sing 3 Elvis songs. And you know what? I think I did a pretty good job. But Elvis, that was his first like premiere stage performance that's what made him famous in 1954. And so that was just really fun and special that I got to do that. Okay, so anyway, so on my birthday, my dad took me to Graceland, and I was learning all these different things about him and going into, his house and seeing the rooms of his house and how he lived. Of course, you can't go into all of them. They won't let you go upstairs. I always wanted to know what was upstairs. But one thing that I really noticed about Elvis at the time was all his elaborate jewelry. And he had a giant I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly. Forgive me if I'm not. It means life. It is the Hebrew letter meaning life. And Elvis apparently studied a lot of, studied the Kabbalah and a lot of mystical knowledge, esoteric knowledge. Well, so do I. I always have, ever since I was a kid. I knew he was into that, but I didn't know how much he was into it. But I remember noticing that as a kid and being really in awe of his jewelry, the jewelry room, and looking at all that. And I remember them talking, the tour guide saying how Elvis allegedly still haunts those grounds, and people often see his ghost around. So, I'm very much into the paranormal. I'm very sensitive to things. And I was really hoping that maybe I would see Elvis's ghost or experience him around somewhere. And if he was around, I don't know how to explain it other than I was talking to his ghost as a little girl, kind of at the end of the tour when we were looking at the wall where that everybody signs and stuff. And I was just thinking about that, and I was secretly talking to Elvis, and because people had talked about what a philanthropist he was and how he was just so kind and generous to people and had such a big heart, it seemed like, that he really cared about people and his community, and he had his way of sharing that message or showing people he cared about them is by gift giving, and really extravagant gifts. And I mean, like cars and things like that to strangers sometimes. But another thing, this ties into what I'm going to tell you later, but well, it ties into me being a jeweler is what it ties into. But as a kid, I was never thinking I would ever be a jeweler. Much less did I ever think I would even be working with celebrities at all, or meet any of them, or ever think that I'd actually get to touch and hold and wear, like try on Elvis Presley's own jewelry pieces. And I got to evaluate them for several years, 8 or 9 years. But at that time, as a child, I just never would have thought. I was just talking to Elvis because I really wished I had a dad in my life. My dad just wasn't, for whatever reason. I don't fully understand everything, whether it was for the best or for the worst or whatever, but for whatever reason, I didn't have a father in my life consistently, and I really wanted that. And I asked Elvis if, because he was such a nice guy, and I know he probably cared a lot about kids, and he had a daughter about my age, if I could kind of look up to him as like a pseudo dad. Not like a dad, but like, like a father figure, as a mentor. And if he could hear me, if he had any pull or sway in heaven and on this earth, if he could, look out for me. And, while that experience, I'll always remember it, but I never really thought about it that much after that. However, I didn't go looking for the opportunity. It just came to me in that the curator's husband happened to be a customer at the jewelry store that I was apprenticing at and worked at, basically. And while my boss was out of town, he brought me Elvis's jewelry to look at and evaluate, because they needed it done for they let it go to auction twice a year, different pieces that they accumulate over the year of people who, as long after that it's been curated, if it's something he's given to someone or he once owned, after it was curated, it was put up for auction, and it sold for much, much more than it was actually worth jewelry-wise, although it was valuable. Most of it was valuable, very valuable. And it was my job just to, measure and weigh everything, test the diamonds, and evaluate what other stones may be in there. Sometimes there would be slight repairs or maintenance that may be needed on it that we would do. I did get to do some of that. See what kind of metal it was, 14 karat, 18 karat, sterling silver, whatever. Plus, I'd have to figure out what the carat weight was, if it was diamonds or gemstones. And one thing I noticed about Elvis's jewelry, that A, we have very similar tastes in jewelry, and B, a lot of it's very ostentatious. I'll say that. Maybe even a little obnoxious. And he's got a style, a taste. I could just tell you that he has certain things that he likes. Of course, some of it was of the style of the time, but he had really a thing for a lot of esoteric jewelry and meaningful. It was meaningful, and I believe he had a lot of things custom designed. He had a lot of animal jewelry. I believe he was into the animal totems. He was into mystical studies for sure. That some of his books were mystical, the ones that he was reading at the time of his death. And I study these things now. But I believe that Elvis, his ghost, led me to that job. I didn't ask for that to happen in my life. The way I even got into the jewelry industry, I got into it right at the very top of the industry. I was looking for a job, but I didn't even think I could get a job that fancy. And they recruited me into it. So that's how I got into the jewelry business in 2000. But then later, while that was going on, but towards the end of that happening, because the pandemic happened later and they ended up selling it. And I never did it again once the pandemic happened, because I became a non-essential. And then they sold their business, and now a lot of them, unfortunately, are not alive anymore. But I started working for Another celebrity, one of my favorite celebrities. I don't even care about celebrities. That's not what it is. I never cared about celebrities, but I do have favorite artists and people that I really look up to and admire and like. And I was really into Tim and Eric at the time. Now I have mixed feelings about Tim and Eric, or absolutely production shows. I do like them and think they're funny. I just have a different feeling about them now because of things that I know. But not to get into the dark part of it, but David Lee Bahart is my favorite of all because he was the first person I developed a friendship with, and I started to work with him in 2019. I basically, I don't know what you would call it, a sponsored, managed, put together a show for him here in Memphis, Tennessee at Canvas of Memphis. I was working with his manager at the time, but now I don't call him his manager. It's his handler. It's something sinister, but we won't get into that right now. The point is that I started working with him, and we started working together. He needed help, saying that he was being basically abused and was very desperate, needing my help and wanting me to do all these things, call absolutely production and demand all these things. And of course I didn't just start doing all that, but I did eventually, but that's another time. But we did start working together, but I was like, David, I really want to support you, but I'm a struggling artist myself, so why don't, I can't financially help you, and I don't know what I can do. I started doing what I could as far as like actively, helping straighten out some things that were going on in his life the best I could. Considering I'm literally a nobody. I'm just really good at listening and apparently really good at negotiating things when somebody is doing something wrong. Okay, people call that a Karening. Okay, I'm good at that. Whatever, fine. Call it what you will. God created Karens, and we have a purpose in life, and I'm really good at that. And so he needed a Karen in a lot of cases because people are very predatory on him. And this is the case with probably all celebrities, especially when they start getting older, if there's mental illness or substance abuse issues, they are serious targets for very predatory people that if they don't have good people looking out for them and good management, they end up often being literally just labor trafficked victims, but it's voluntary. Look, if you they may now it's that's where it gets tricky. Are they doing this willingly? Because they're doing this willingly. Slavery is not illegal if it's voluntary. It's only illegal if it's involuntary. And they will claim that it is voluntary, but in a lot of cases they are maybe groomed from childhood in a situation where they don't understand their rights. Maybe they're often misled. There are oftentimes, I don't even have to explain. We all know how it can go when if you're an important or valuable person to society. It doesn't mean that you're a more valuable person if you're a celebrity or not. I'm just saying, in the eyes of the world, yes, there is a value system, at least in the world of celebrities. Like, they literally have a value system. My value system is very, 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 very low on IMDb. IMDb has a rank system. And so, yeah, you have a value based on your rank system in that world. whether it's good or evil, it's just part of that industry. So in the in that ranking system, I'm not very high, but um, those that are can be vulnerable to predatory, parasitic people. I can tell you, I've seen it myself. I've talked to very many professionals in the industry who tell me that, it's true. So, anyway, but let's get past the negative, onto the new. Some of the good ones are still out there, and I want to introduce Mimsy, Jennifer Mims. We call her Mimsy. That she is a cast member of Tim and Eric's Totally Awesome show. Great Job. The original earlier shows. She's in several seasons. I didn't ask her how many, but she's in several seasons of that. And also she's the representative of the Totinos commercial that Tennessee Luke is also in. She's the one that's holding the pizza over her face. That's Mimsy. So, I have an interview with her. Unfortunately, we could not get the sound good on her camera, so we're just doing a sound interview. And here we go.
We played the skin onto Jason's cat.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, weird fact. I don't know. Weird fact. That puppet, I don't know if you know, that's the puppet of David's, right?
No.
Okay. That's that puppet on Tim and Eric. That's his name. But that cat actually technically did get skinned. Well, it got stolen and it had to be remade.
Ah,
Isn't that's a weird trivia fact.
it is weird.
So how are you, Mimsy, the Totinos queen from Tim and Eric?
Hi, I'm great. How are you doing, darling?
I'm great. So how you been? What's been going on in your life?
Well, I've been walking, as I always do every day. And since COVID started, I walked over 4,000 miles, and I took pictures of a little bitty puppy dog. They're so cute. And so they also roses mostly,
Mm-hmm.
and one kitty cat in Santa Monica. Okay, and then I made that into a book, a book, yeah, called LA Walking Tour. That's one of the things I've been doing.
Yes, I've seen it. And also don't forget the art. There's a lot of cool art from LA in there, or interesting sites.
Oh yeah, like the downtown, the places in Culver City, and especially this one town. Always he's a photographer, and he has everything in front of his house, and then so he took our pictures. Me and my friend were there that day, and he took our pictures, and I used them for my on my to advertise myself.
Well, I love it. I think it's super cute. So we made it into a calendar. It is available as an ebook for right now, but we actually are going to make it into a real book. But that probably coming up January, February, maybe like a coffee table kind of picture book. And then, but for now, we have it as a calendar, and we're going to get Mimsy to sign it. When it comes to you, she'll have signed it. And it's a very nice, actually published in a, like professionally. It's very nice. 2025.
Yeah. Yeah, that one took a lot of time and work to picture.
Yeah, it's super cute, and we're gonna make it like a series, because obviously it didn't get all of the pictures, because she took a lot of pictures. How How long of a time span was it that you took those pictures?
Oh, about 4 years.
Oh, okay. So, wow. I didn't realize it was that much. I thought maybe like 2 years worth.
Oh no, and I'm still making pictures, and I have at least 5 more books.
Oh, okay. So this could go on for a very long time.
Oh,
So, well, the one that I saw though, is that a particular time frame?
you mean the book?
The one that I saw, yes.
Yeah, it's
That is the
probably.
whole 4 years.
Yeah, I had to pick and choose, and
I
boy, that was
see.
hard.
So it's
That was,
kind of mixed together.
yeah.
I was just curious because the reason I asked, because I didn't, the reason I'm asking, I didn't see a whole lot of masks. I know I did see some, but I just know during that time was a time where people were. I just noticed that there wasn't as many masks, and I wonder, was it because what I saw on TV was not real, or did you kind of like try to avoid that? Or
I know I didn't take pictures of people. Only flowers,
I see.
rocks.
That's right. That's why I didn't see because yeah, okay, because it was mostly stuff,
Yeah,
and animals like like yeah, flowers and animals. That would make sense. Okay, okay. I was just that was one thing that struck me was the time period, and I just always wanted to I always wondered that, but that makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
So what's going on now?
Well, I've written a screenplay called a piece. No, the piece of the moon.
The piece of the moon. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a romantic fantasy salvation film about Margaret, who's a beautiful young lady who's married, and she finds out that the child she's been raising is her husband's real child, and so it kills her. I mean, she commits suicide, and this whole.
Mm.
Then later on, Statue Man, yay! He's our Japanese Jesus. Brings her back to life, and she remains with her husband, and had a wonderful life after that. And then everybody ends up on the moon at the end.
Oh wow. Is it so it's like is it when did you write it?
Oh, 2017.
Okay. Okay.
It's
So
been written several times.
I see. I see. So have you published it yet or is this in the making? Like you are to publish it?
Well, it's copywritten.
Okay, but so I mean but what I mean is do you have it available somewhere or is that something that we're going to make available later?
No, I don't have it. No, it's not available anywhere. It's
Okay.
different films. You don't. It's not a book.
Oh, that's right. I'm so sorry. That's right. You told me it's a screenplay. It's not a book. Okay. So this is something that you're looking to maybe produce. Or that is what you want to do is to produce it.
You find a producer.
Yeah. Okay. Well that's certainly something that is possible, you know, cuz Luke's he's also got a screenplay and I'll just tell you, Mimsy, that yesterday I had a 2-hour conversation with a LA law firm that manages talent, and they were talking about possibly taking Luke, and I said that I think all of you guys would be, you know, likely on board if you know, if they wanted to put a production together with the, you know, all of you. So this is something that we were talking about yesterday. And these people, like these kind of people, they don't talk on the phone with you for 2 hours unless they're serious about it. So I
And
just
you told them about me.
yes, all of you. It was for Luke. because we're dealing with a case. Remember I told you about that? So, but they happen to be a law firm that also manages talent aside from other things. And this is something that they discussed, that it wasn't the lawyer we were speaking to, it's their like legal team people. And they're basically, that's what they're working on right now. They're trying to get him picked up, and if he's picked up, then I mean that I can't speak for anybody. I'm just saying that's something that's being discussed, like a show for you guys or something. But this is all, it's nothing set in stone. This is just we're talking about, what's being discussed. So pray about it, because basically the point is that they agreed with me that this is something fans would love to see. And it's something that people are thinking about picking up and doing something with, just so you know.
Would you like to read my script? I can send it over to you right now.
Sure. Do you want me to read it now, or you want me to just read it in general?
Well, it's over 100 pages. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
I'll send it to you.
Okay. And there's another was it a book or was it a script? But I know you had another thing. I think it was poetry or art or both.
Woman with Third Eye.
That's right. The woman with third. Say that again.
The woman with third eye rejoicing.
The woman with third eye rejoicing. That's right. Yes, I do have that. That's another thing that we don't have published yet, but that is something you want to make available, right? And sell?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's another book that will be coming out then. We just got to put it together into the book form, like, and do it professionally, like how we did with this calendar. So that's something else that we can look forward to this year.
And you do have that book.
Yeah, you did send me that. So that's another one. I'd really like to put out the LA walking tour book first, and then that one.
Okay.
Since we already have the calendar. Yeah, I feel like we should at least do the book first and then do that.
Are you doing an exclusive?
What do you mean?
Well, say if I sell something, or do something else, are you the only person who can buy and sell my work?
No, I mean, we didn't make that an arrangement.
Oh, good. I just wanted to make sure.
No, it's yours. I'm just doing it for you, but it's yours. If you said, "Hey, I don't want you to sell my book anymore," I'd say, "Okay." Yeah, no, we don't. I mean, I'm not trying to do that. No, I'm doing. The only reason I do this, the only reason I have this Etsy shop, I'm paying for it. I'm sponsoring it. The reason I'm doing it is because I'm a fan, and I want to see more stuff. I want to see all of you guys doing more stuff, whether it's with Tim and Eric or without Tim and Eric. I don't care. And that I'm telling you, this is what was being discussed. I'm not the only person that's been saying this, that's what they want to see. And there's other people, notable people, important people who see the value in this and want to see it happen too. I'm just letting you know the rumor. That's the rumor.
That's exciting.
Yeah. I've been trying to put something together on this ever since 2019.
What is your percentage?
I'm honestly, Mimsy, I'm not even making anything on this. If you're making the money on this, I'm just putting it up there to promote you guys.
What if I wanted to give you, say, 10% or something?
I mean, you could. I'll take it, but you're really what you're sharing the profit with is the company that makes it. It doesn't cost anything up front, but they take their out on the front end I'm not sure exactly what the profit margin is on that, but the only person that would be making, they're going to pay me and I'll have to pay you, but I can show you the statements of everything, when we sell it. Or we can just order our own and sell them directly ourselves as well. But they're available on the Etsy site. They're available in the online bookstore that we published it with, and we will be selling physical copies too.
Okay, and we will have a contract that exemplifies this.
Sure. I mean, we did already discuss this earlier. I remember, and I have it in emails and stuff. So that's the same as a contract. But nothing's, as far as I'm concerned, nothing's set in stone. You can do what you want.
I know. Since I have an MBA, I'm very interested in the ins and outs of business and all that.
Of course. Yeah. Well, then that that's even an oral agreement is still a contract. So, but I'm letting you know that if you change your mind about anything, it's not going to hurt. Well, it might hurt my feelings, but regardless, I'm doing this to support you. I'm not. If I make anything out of it, like what I'm making out of it is I'm a fan. Okay, that's already in a way I get something out of it just because I'm a fan. It's fun. I get to be in contact with you. It's an honor to me. But also, the point is also I would like to drive traffic to my site to sell things that are my own. You know what I'm saying? So it's like kind of an endorsement on top of that too. So I feel like it's fair to me as long as it's fair to you guys.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. But if anything ever changes, you just tell me.
All right. I will.
Yeah. I'm not going to give you a hard time about anything. It's your stuff.
Well, at least I'm out of the hospital.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yes. How's everything? Like, is everything good now? Like,
Well, I was taking, I take for sleeping, I take a medication called Seroquel. And I'm supposed to take 3.
mm-hmm.
And I was like going to bed, and in 30 minutes I'm still awake, so I popped a couple of more. And getting 5 Seroquel clogged up everything. So I stopped.
Oh.
Yeah, I stopped the 5, and it's been a couple of months, and I still am not in the hospital.
Oh, well, that's good to know. So that makes sense then. Maybe it just made things a little slow, and that's what caused it. That's good to know that that's what it is and not some scary mysterious thing. That makes sense.
I think of all the things that other people have, and I go, thank you, God.
Yes.
Jesus, Mary, thank you so much for what I have, because life has never been this good before, and I can tell you that, and that's a fact.
Amen. I know. And you guys have so many plans like when you were in the hospital, like that I was praying that because it's like no, we're making plans like she's got to get better, God. So I'm so glad. I'm so glad that's all it was and they fixed you right up. I know that was not fun, but it could have been worse.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Well, anything else going on or anything you want to share with us, with your fans?
Uh,
What if somebody wanted to book you? Are you available for like what we discussed, like maybe either cameos, commercials, parties, events?
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Really.
So on yeah, if you so are you on Cameo or do you want people to just find you on the Etsy?
Cameo.
I know Sunshine is on Cameo. It's just an app, but you can get the same thing with us. We'll do the same thing. So I was just curious if you wanted people to go to Cameo to do that or you wanted them to come to the just use the Tennessee Luke. the Etsy shop that we have to request that. Go to Etsy and request a cameo, and we'll get you in touch with Mimsy for that if you ever want to either have her for a cameo or even hire her for an event or any of the other Tim and Eric or Check It Out genre Adult Swim stars. We've got the connection for you.
Especially if it's with singing. Yay! Okay.
Well, anything else you want to share?
Oh, my grandson is a miracle. He's 15, and he one of his friends overdosed on Adderall, and he, 15 years old, okay, does the Heimlich maneuver.
Oh.
Yeah, and saves her life.
Oh, wow.
15 years old.
Wow, God bless him.
He's amazing.
And this just happened?
Oh, about a month ago.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
That was quick thinking.
oh, yeah.
I don't even know if I would have known to do that.
I
Were they
wouldn't
choking?
even-
Were they choking? Or he just had a feeling that that would make it come up?
Well, she was taking what do you call that? Drug?
Mm-hmm. Fentanyl or something?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so scary. That's so dangerous. Well, God bless him. I hope she gets into recovery and takes
Yeah,
that as a lesson.
I heard she did, so.
That's good. Well, oh yeah, what about, do you mind if I ask, when did you start getting into, like, the entertainment industry?
When I was 5 years old, I was taking an acting class called The Bluebird. And I was playing an unborn child. And this one time, I really needed to go to the bathroom, okay, at home, okay. Parents wouldn't let me go. Okay, so I went to director. No, you can't go. You have to go on stage right now. Go. So I went on stage. I lay down like a nice unborn child would do and peed all over the stage. Yeah. For a long time, I really thought badly of myself. And then I realized I stayed in character. I was 5 years old and I stayed in character. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So there wasn't acting class anymore, and not through grade school, but in high school there was acting class, and I did the several plays, and we went to kind of function where you all display from all the states, okay, and I got best in state for that year, and so I got asked. I was presented with a scholarship from the Actor Studio, and what happened? My daddy tore it up.
Oh.
So I pray for Daddy every single day. For a long time it hurt me, but now that I'm with Jesus, it's like peace. I love Daddy because whatever he did, and I'm right here, right now, and that's where I'm supposed to be. I'm so happy. Thank you.
So so basically what you're saying is, like, since childhood is when you've always had the acting bug.
Oh yeah. Even before then, I memorized when I was 3. I memorized was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. And I, in my stocking cap, did appear. the rest of the reindeer to the window to see Santa and his 12 reindeer. I memorized that whole when I was 3.
Oh, wow. That's perfect. That's perfect in season for the time.
Yeah,
How cute. That would be a cute little Christmas cameo.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out we'll need to figure out how to get some of that data reduced so that you can start making videos again.
Yeah,
That would be cute.
yeah. Well,
Well, uh
get me a cheap phone.
I know I was thinking about that. That's what I'd like to do is I need to get the funds together to, I want to come down there. If I was down there, I could easily do a lot more, for you guys. But I was thinking, another thing would be to get, is that what you need? Do you need a phone?
But my phone is 10 years old.
Oh, yeah, you need a new phone. Okay, that is something that we can maybe put on a need fund. Like we need to raise some money to get that for you so that you can do more stuff. And
Okay.
then we can do, yeah, that's something that I can put on the list of things that we need, cuz you do need that. And
Yeah.
David needs help with that too. So yeah, I'm gonna put that on a wish list if fans want to pitch in so that she and the others can do more material. We need some equipment so that they can set up and do more fun stuff that they can share with y'all. Um, we're working on these things, but for now, we do need some equipment. Um, so that would be great if anybody has any they want to donate, or if they want to donate funds. Just get in touch with us on Etsy. You can either purchase something that's supportive, or if you want to donate, you can always donate and let us know that you want it. You want the funds to go to Mimsy, or get her a phone or whatever. Just let us know.
Well, you're a hero then, a heroine.
Well, y'all are my heroes, so it just the fan. It's not just me, Mimsy. A lot of fans really look up to you guys, and they really want to see more things, and I do too. So I feel like I'm just like a cheerleader leading on the campaign, but I know that there are others just like me, that don't have the connection that I have. I'm blessed that for whatever reason God put you guys in my pathway, and I know there are other fans that want to see you guys get out there and work, do
Oh,
more stuff, more
now I
stuff.
remember. I remember. I've written. I've had the piece of the moon out for a long time, and I've done several rewrites. And I have written myself in that film as one of the characters,
Okay.
Sister Pat. Okay, so that I wanted to tell you about that. So I am part of that film, other than being the writer.
Did you say Sister Pat? That's her name?
Yeah,
Okay, and you would play that character.
yeah. And
Okay.
also, there are a couple of other characters that have wanted to be playing this part for a long time, and so I just wanted to say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess that concludes our interview, but I really appreciate you.
Oh. One more thing.
Okay.
Sunshine is coming in March.
That's right.
Yeah.
What do you
So
guys
yeah.
what are you guys planning on doing? I want to be out there too. That's what I'm really hoping for.
Come
Knock
on
on
down.
wood. I keep saying that, and it just financially, I just can't. Stuff keeps happening, but I know it's going to happen when it's meant to.
It will. It will
Okay.
happen. Okay.
Well, no matter either way, I really can't wait for you guys to get together again. That was cute, the little stuff that y'all did, and at very least, even if I can't be there, we'll make sure that we've got equipment to make, to get some good footage of you guys and have it better planned than the last time, because I know, like, we weren't quite exactly prepared. Like, something happened with the footage somehow, and we didn't really get what we had planned to. So hopefully we'll have it more together this time
Uh,
around.
We will.
Yeah. Practice makes perfect. Progress
Exactly.
rather than perfection.
Exactly.
Yes.
Experience, strength, and hope.
Yeah. Well, I love you, Mimsy. We'll see ya.
Okay.
Ciao.